over a year ago.
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Tim Shells told us that the person we needed to talk to was Ernest Bawa from Men's Soccer.
He tipped us off.
Now, look, sometimes it takes us a while to do things because we're slow and not very smart.
Yeah.
But here we are today, and Ernest Bawa is here in Pod World headquarters. Ernest, thank you for finally coming over.
Yeah, we finally got you here.
For our belated interview that Tim Shells told us we had to do.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Big couple weeks here for men's soccer, and the Tar Heels will begin NCAA tournament play this weekend. What has been going so well as y'all made a big run through the ACC tournament?
I mean, I think we've always known that we were good. We know that we have the potential to be good, and it's just like a matter of trusting the coaches and trusting the process. And, sometimes things don't come right when you want it. Like, it just has to build up over time. And we've seen that when we dedicate ourselves to, following the coaches, following what he wants us to do and following the game plan and not, going away from it when things get hard. Over time, we actually start getting closer and closer to where we need to be. And I think that's what's happening right now. So I think we're getting really hot at the right time. And it's always it's because that the fact that we just keep following what we need to do and not, trying to change it.
All right, I need a true soccer player / footballer to answer this question for me. On one hand, I don't like the fact that the ACC championship game got decided in PKs, right? It's you play so hard, so long, it's a tight match, it's decided in PK. I don't like that. On the other hand, a lot of ties this year. A lot of ties. So do we like ties? Do we want overtime? Do we want PKs? What is the best way to decide this?
I mean, I don't think there's a soccer player in the world that will say that they love ties.
Right.
And I don't think any of them would say they want to lose either. So we definitely want to win the games. As much as we want to win the games, we know the other team is also, putting in a good effort to also win the game. And we've been very, very disappointed with the ties. Most of the ties that we've had, Notre Dame, we know we could have won those games, but we fell short. And we went back to practice and try to get better and see why we couldn't win the game. So. It's it's not the best that we lost over penalty shootouts. We all wish we do something better, run harder, and do a little things different to win the game. But I don't know the answer.
If you had your preferred way, would you just play forever until somebody won, or would you go PKs?
I'll actually reschedule the match for another day.
All right, we've reached the end for today. We're still tied. We will play again tomorrow.
Yeah. Isn't that what they do in cricket? Don't you play cricket over multiple days?
Yeah.
Meet back here Sunday at 2 p.m.
Same time tomorrow.
I like that. That's a good idea.
We'll put the ball right back where it is right now. Somebody make a mark on the field.
Yeah. Same guys on the field. Let's do it again.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, what goes through your mind on a PK? What are you locked in on? I feel like that would be a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, but pressure can go both ways. It can help you, or cannot really help you in some cases. And I think when you're prepared for the occasion, when you're prepared for the exact situation, it's easy to deal with the pressure. And here at UNC, we are prepared for any kind of scenario. We practice our penalty shootouts every day after practice. So. In my opinion, I don't think it was really a lot of pressure in that moment because we've done it over and over and over again, and we compete with each other at practice. We are at the point where we tell the keepers where we want to hit the ball to, and then if you hit a good penalty, no matter how good the keeper is, you can still make it. So I don't think any of us felt any pressure. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure in that scenario in itself, but when you've prepared over long periods of time for that, you kind of know what you're doing. And then with a penalty shootout, I feel like if you pick a spot where you want to put it and you don't change no matter what the keeper does or no matter what anybody says, I think you have a higher chance of making it. Yeah.
The last couple of PK shootouts I've seen, the other goalie is talking some smack.
Yeah, I feel like trash talk's gone way up.
And
it's not friendly.
What are they saying? And isn't that cheating? Do you hear that? But then after you convert one, are you like, yeah, I don't hear you talking now, buddy?
Well, those kind of things are like mind games. And sometimes, like for me and we have Quincy. We've taken some penalties throughout the season. So like when they scout us, they know Bawa took his penalty early in the season. He went down the middle. So sometimes the keeper comes up and he's like, oh, I know where you're going. You're going to go down the middle. Oh, wait, you're going to change. You're going to go right or left. So, like, he's just trying to get in your head and, like, you play mind games and have you second guess what you're going to do on your penalty. And some of the things they say, you can't really say it.
Yeah.
Soccer players are mean.
We're getting R-rated trash talk out there.
It's not a fun place to be sometimes. It's just trying to get into each other's head. And, like, after you make it, you can always say something back. But until you make the penalty, like, the keeper, like, can say whatever he wants to say.
At what level does that start?
I mean, the lowest level possible.
Okay, so from day one of soccer, you're used to that. It wasn't like you got to college and were like, whoa.
No, like especially from where I grew up, like this is like nothing actually. Like
it's easy. Yeah, just because the Syracuse keeper is talking, it doesn't bother.
Yeah, this is easy. I mean, I feel like the keeper alone talking is not even that much, because normally sometimes when you play there are fans behind the goal, the goalkeeper, and then that's why sometimes there's a toss to like where, because like when they pick what keeper like saves the penalty first or goes first, they also pick what side of which goal you want, because like on one side is like UNC fans, the other side is Clemson fans. So if you pick if you win the toss, you pick your home fans, you have an advantage. So like normally the fans trash talking you is the worst than the keeper ever. Like they have like history of your family. Like they'll it's crazy. So I don't think that was anything at all.
Okay, I just get the feeling that like other teams don't like playing you guys. Like it just feels like it gets physical and chippy and like is that a good description? Do you feel that way?
100%.
Yeah. Is that on purpose? I'm guessing you guys want the other team feeling that way.
Yes. And then we go into games knowing that teams do not want to play us. We go to bed at night knowing that when a team like, Memphis or SIUE, when they see us, they're like, oh, we have to play North Carolina. So like we pride ourselves on that. And that's one thing that we always like talk about is like we want to be, at the start of the season, our captain Riley brings it up a lot. It's like, I want us to be a team that like, when teams like see us on their schedule, they're like, we have to play Carolina. And we work towards that. And when you play us, even if you beat us, you're gonna know that you did not get it like easily. So we pride ourselves on that.
Okay, I feel like, and I don't know this for a fact, it's just what I feel like from what I've seen it. I feel like you have like a signature dance after you score. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, can we see it?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Can we just get like it doesn't have to be the full thing. Just like a little mini version.
Little taste.
Just a little mini.
I mean, it's more like something like, Like
yes! I love it.
Okay, now, can you teach us to do that?
Of course.
That may take hours. I don't think we got the hip fluidity there.
What if after we did an awesome pod, we just stood up and did that? We'd be so much cooler.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we got a long way to catch Ernest in coolness, Adam. Bad news on that one.
Do you practice that in front of the mirror?
Yeah, come on now. Even once.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. I never thought anybody would ask me that.
We appreciate the honesty.
Of course.
And I'm guessing you've had other things that you tried, and then you're like,
Oh, yes, yeah. As a soccer player, especially as an attacker, you kind of like want to practice what you're gonna do when you score. It's like, especially if you're an attacker, you're more likely to score. So like, you don't want to score and just like not know what to do. So like, you have to like have something, especially something like signature.
You talked about preparation. You just want to be prepared.
You got to prepare all around everything at all.
What do the defenders do with all their free time?
Yeah, that's right. They don't have to worry about it.
I don't know.
Okay, take us through a little bit how you made your way to Carolina and to Chapel Hill. Tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got here.
I'm gonna have to cut it short because it's pretty long. So I grew up in Ghana, West Africa, and in Ghana is like every kid, male or female, wants to play soccer growing up. And it gets to the point where we skip school to go play soccer because like it's kind of hard combining education and soccer together. We call it football. And it got to the point where like I just like never went to school, and I lived with my uncle, and he was not really happy that I was like, passing education and not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
So I always heard about this academy, in Ghana called Right to Dream Academy, and it was always my dream to go to this academy. And so every year they have this tryout. They call it Justify, that they have throughout the country, and then sometimes they do it like in other parts of Africa too, like Benin, Mali, South Africa. So they had that tryout, and they came to my neighborhood to do that. And that day, actually, I had an exam, but I heard they were coming into town, so I didn't go to school. So obviously, I missed the exam, and I went to play, and it was over 500 kids.
Wow.
And they ended up selecting one guy from the my neighborhood is called a shaman. They ended up selecting one guy, and I was the guy. And then there are 10 regions in Ghana, so they did the same thing, like in those 10 regions on the same day. So they brought the finalists all together in the capital city. Luckily for me, I was only 2.5 hours away from the city, so that was scheduled for another day. And when that day came, I also had to like lie to my uncle that I had to like go do something.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I made my way there, and then I think in total we were over like 200 maybe, and we played. They were like they put us into teams, and we played like several games and all that. And I was actually put on a team with like guys that like knew each other, so I was the only one who was like a stranger. So I didn't really get the ball a lot, but I got the ball a couple times, and I got selected. So out of that whole tryout, they picked 3 guys, and they took us to the academy, I think a month after that. And then we were in the academy for 3 months, and then like in the academy, like they brought kids from Ivory Coast, like all over like Africa to play together. And then they ended up selecting 2 guys out of that. So I think it was a total of like maybe 800 kids, and then ended up selecting 2 guys. The other guy actually goes to University of Michigan. His name is Michael Leon. So we were there I was there for a few years, and then I got the chance to, in 2015, to go to Europe with my team and play several tournaments, and after that, when you come back, they kind of like give you the option of whether you want to go pro straight away, or you want to go, come to the States and study and then go pro after that. And knowing my uncle, he was not like gonna let me, skip education again. So he said like I should go try to go to school first. So I decided to. I got a scholarship to go to a private school in Connecticut called Taft School. Mm-hmm. I was there for 4 years. I converted to UNC. And that's how I got to UNC. So it's like been a really weird road for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're on the 2.5 hour journey to this tryout that might be a life-changing hour or two, what are you thinking about? Because if it goes poorly, it seems like that's not great.
See, I am really grateful that was a time in my life where I didn't really think a lot. I just acted on like impulse and like what felt right, and I just I watch guys on the TV. I'm like, I want to one day I want to be a professional. I want to play like that, and I knew I wanted to go to Right to Dream. I knew Right to Dream could help me get close to that. And then Right to Dream was like one of the few academies or institutions that combined soccer and education together. Mm-hmm. So I knew once I was in Right to Dream Academy, I could be able to do both of them because they're very important, especially for a kid from Africa. So on the way there, I was just so excited. Like I just couldn't even wait to get there and just start playing some soccer. And then once I got there, even when the guys were not passing me the ball, I was just so happy to be there. Like I was just happy to be there. I was just running around. There was a few moments where I was like frustrated here and there. Also, I didn't really have a lot of money, so I couldn't get lunch because I used all my money on the fare to get there. So I didn't get lunch, I didn't get dinner, but I just was happy to get there and play. And then I ended up getting selected, and it was like the best day of my life.
I mean, just as you were saying, like 500 kids, and they chose one, and then 300 kids, and they chose, Do you ever think about that and like the odds of it being Ernest Bawa, the one that made it through all of it? And just, I mean, do you ever sit back and go, whoa, that's crazy?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the past couple of years, I've been reflecting a lot because I've dealt with a lot of injuries since I've been here. I've had 5 surgeries in 2 years, and it gets to the point where like you just feel like the world is against you and like nothing is gonna go right. And in those moments, like all you have is like time, and I've been reflecting a lot, and it's kind of like those are the kind of things that I think about. I'm like, if I manage to like get selected out of like 800 kids, and if I manage to like get through some of the things I got through, growing up as a kid, I think I can get over these hurdles too. So I do reflect a lot on those things, and I do like appreciate the fact that I was able to like get through those moments in my life, even though I was like a lot younger.
Sure.
So yeah.
I know your uncle and your family appreciates what you do on the soccer field. What do you think it'll mean to him and to them to have a degree from the University of North Carolina?
Right now, I don't even know what it will mean to me, because like it's just like to be the first to do that in my family, and I don't know. It's like, to me, like right now, it just doesn't feel real that I'm actually gonna graduate. It's just like something that like I haven't heard of in my family, and even my brother like went to like school, but like he dropped out. My sister, same thing. It's like there were several attempts of people trying to get quality education, but not only did am I close to getting a degree, but I'm doing it in the like one of the best universities in the world. So like I like it's not even hit me yet. Like I don't know. I can only imagine how happy and like surreal it will make them feel.
I just got chills right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What should people here in the United States, in Chapel Hill, whatever, what should they know about Ghana? Like, I hope they've probably heard of the country, but they may not know. What should they know?
First of all, Ghana is a very, very peaceful country. The people there are very lively. Like in the recent years, actually, there's like this saying that has been, going around, especially on the internet. It's like, you can never be sad in Ghana. So like there are a lot of, underprivileged people and like people who like, are in poverty and all that stuff. But at first glance, looking from like as an outsider, you would think, from their clothes and like lack of shoes and all that stuff, they're like sad and, struggling. But once you like actually pay attention, like they're the happiest people you actually ever see, because we do the most with what we have. Even though it's little, we can make little seem like a lot. And yeah, sometimes people look out and they're like, "Oh, these guys are so miserable and all that." Yeah, some people like have like difficulty getting water and all that stuff, but at the same time, we're very content with what we have and all that. So yeah.
You obviously have a soccer future ahead of you, but in your future also, have you given any thought to what you want to do for the next Ernest Bawa?
So actually, I forgot exactly when it was, but I think it was like 3 years ago. My first time going back to Ghana since coming to the States. Because I don't get to go back every year because it's very expensive.
Sure.
So I pick my moments to go. I actually did a GoFundMe, and I raised, I forgot exactly how much. Sorry, I just forgot the main details. But I raised, a significant amount of money. And when I went back to my neighborhood, because my neighborhood is known for notorious kids, and it's like a lot of problems like in my neighborhood. And I went back with the idea of, at least even if it's just for a day, making kids smile and giving them like, the sense of hope that this kid that grew up in the same environment conditions that they're grown up in, and he's like been able to get out of it and gone out there, and he's coming back to give back to his community. So I organized a tournament for the kids in the community, and it was like a one-day tournament, and there was a trophy and like their jerseys, like my name at the back. It was called the Bar Projects, and then I thought it was just gonna be the kids with their teams and their coaches coming. Their parents came. There was like a big like radio station that also came to like interview. My uncle loved it. He loved the attention because it's his last name too, Bawa. So like he was like, yeah, it's like, this is good for me. So my whole family, people I didn't even know, came out to support. Everybody in the neighborhood came out there to support. And obviously after, everybody was like celebrating, and like there was food and drinks for everybody to enjoy. And to me, I felt like that was a day that the whole community and like celebrated together. But at the same time, you could see like the fire in the eyes of the kids. Like I remember sitting down then and like looking like my peripheral vision. I could see like the kids like just like looking at me, like I was just like not real. And then I went to talk to them and all that, and I just told them like, you like are better than me. You were better than me when I was like your age. If you just focus on it and just like keep praying and hoping for the best, things are gonna good things are gonna come your way. So I think the main thing I got out of like that day was like there are kids in my neighborhood that needed that, and then the more people that can do that to help them, the better their lives are gonna be. So